The US president has visited Gulf states recently. Now, these are countries where we know that countries like Russia and China have been trying to court. Now, during that visit, there were major announcements in terms of defense and in terms of AI. But do you think that the US is ahead in that race vis-a-vis a country like China?
I think we are narrowly ahead, but that should not be a cause for complacency. The amount of money and resources that China is investing in AI right now, really investing their top-level talent, and obviously they have benefited from their willingness to steal our intellectual property, to cheat on major international agreements. So they are catching up, which is why we really need an allied strategy for AI investment. And if we're not present in places like the Gulf, we create an opening for China to flood the zone with people, with resources. They're willing to throw a lot of money around. So I'm glad the president went to the Gulf. I'm glad he had major wins in terms of the size of these deals. We need to make sure that our allies are increasingly trending in the direction of the U.S. and the free world and not Finlandizing in the direction of the Chinese Communist Party, because we know that if they dominate the commanding heights of critical technology like AI, quantum, synthetic biotech, they will use those technology to advance their repressive goals and their autocratic vision and their anti-American vision for the future.
Let's talk about the future of military technology, because we've just seen the eruption of conflict between Pakistan and India, and during that conflict we saw, and perhaps we were offered, a glimpse of China's narrowing in terms of the gap in military air power with the US, although keeping in mind that there is the fog of war, there is contested claims about what has happened. But how concerned do you think Washington should be about the future here, particularly as it relates to the race in AI?
Well, I think we should be very concerned about a few particular things when it comes to any kinetic conflict with China over Taiwan, over the Philippines. One, every war game I've ever participated in, even if we're able to deny the Chinese their initial goals, we run dry on ammunition really quickly. So our ability to reconstitute stockpiles of critical munitions is very fragile, which leads to the second thing. In any long conflict, the only short conflict is a quick Chinese victory. So in any long conflict, we are then forced to surge men and materiel across the Pacific, which is vast, and also we'd be subject to cyber attack along the way. That's really the second lesson in my analysis as chairman of the Select Committee on China. It's not an over-there problem. We have to assume the U.S. homeland would also be a target for a cyber attack, if not a kinetic attack. And there I just don't feel like we're moving with a sense of urgency. Again, we should take Xi Jinping seriously when he says he wants to take Taiwan by force if necessary. And anyone who casts doubt on that really isn't paying attention to what he's saying to internal CCP audiences or what we've seen in other parts of the world with other dictators like Vladimir Putin. The lesson of Ukraine is that if a dictator tells you they're going to do a thing, you should treat that very, very seriously. Treat it as if the fate of the free world hangs in the balance, because in this case, it very much does.